Where is Clay? Clay is still sick, unfortunately. He was going to try to come today, but he said he still feels a little bit sick, so we're hoping he'll be back on Friday. We're hoping he'll be back on Friday. Hello Talk completely changed. Yeah, they did make a bunch of changes recently. Thank you, Safe. Hello, Doris. All right. Well, at least I can share my screen successfully again. That's good news. All right. Well, welcome, everybody. What's with the glasses today? I got glasses, Daniel. I wear glasses now sometimes. Well, I await your questions. If you have questions for me about English, then ask them and I will try to help you. Or you can raise your hand and come try to talk to me. It's a bit different, my voice today. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm okay. Other than that, I'm okay. Hello, Flavia. You just wanted to say that you started English classes at college. Good for you, Flavia. Good for you. Hello, Tuk. Nice to meet you. Sawadee ka. Every word has multiple meanings. How am I supposed to write all of them in a notebook? It's really time consuming. I want a better way to learn them. I don't know if there is a better way to learn them, Jack. Not every word has multiple meanings. Some do. Many do. But that's an advanced English learning problem. When you have to worry about multiple meanings, that means that your language is pretty good because you're at least remembering more than one meaning. I wish I could give you a better tip, some sort of a secretive way that'll help you, but short of understanding the etymology more, there isn't really any good trick for that. You really just have to keep using them. It's a matter of remembering that language is an improvisational act. So words can be put together different ways. You can be creative about it. Shakespeare invented many words, and he never cared whether they were previously used or not. If he thought those words going together made sense and told a story or drew a picture, then that's what he would do. So, think like Shakespeare, Jack. Think like Shakespeare. Hello, Finn. I'm fine. How are you? Usually go outside for a slow walk after dinner. Which word should I use? Wander, slowly walk, roam, stroll. Stroll would probably be the best one for that. I usually go outside for a stroll after dinner. Stroll means to walk leisurely someplace. Yesterday, I looked at the Cambridge Dictionary for the words consider, and I found approximately 5 to 6 meanings, and I have to spend 20 minutes for every word. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a word that does have many meanings, and they all could be useful. But Jack, like I said, that's the nature of advanced language learning. Once you reach that level, that is what happens. And Adam says, or a ramble. In the U.S., rambling is a little bit different. Rambling can mean walking without any purpose. A rambling man means somebody who just goes from one town to another, without really any purpose to where he's going. Or the word ramble can also mean to speak without purpose. If you're speaking and you just keep talking and you don't really have any purpose in what you're saying, then your words are rambling. So, at least in America, I wouldn't use ramble. I would use stroll. In England, ramble may be a similar thing to stroll, but at least here it's not. You don't know if you're doing the right way for learning vocabulary. Jack, I think that the right way for you to do vocabulary is mostly going to be reading. You need to be reading as much as you can. That's the fastest way for you to learn vocabulary at your level. What if I'm trying to practice English and I have a lot of mistakes? Should I stop it and improve it more than this or still keep it? Safe. So one thing you should do is, as you learn English, you need to start to figure out what your problems are. Right? So you said you have lots of mistakes. You need to figure out what your 5 most common mistakes are. Okay? 80% of your mistakes are probably just 5 things. So you need to find out what those 5 things are that you always, make mistakes when you use them, right? Find out what those 5 things are and then focus on trying to improve those 5 things. Zarag, yeah, I'm sorry I've been a little bit behind on the podcast. I will try to get some new ones uploaded sometime soon. Okay? Which film do I recommend for watching for enhancing your language skills? Kareem, I don't have a specific movie that I like to recommend. It depends on what kind of language you want to learn. Not every movie has the same kind of language in them. Lots of movies have what we would call common English, but not proper English. On the other hand, some movies have documentary style English, which is a little more formal. So it depends on the movie. But I don't have a recommendation. How can you improve your comprehension while reading? Read better things. Comprehension is a two-way street. So when you're trying to comprehend things, you have to consider, is it comprehensible? There are some people who write, and the way they write really paints a picture in your mind clearly. There are some people who write who don't, who are unable to do this feat. And it's important to find somebody who writes well so that you can really feel it and see the pictures that they're drawing. The name of my podcast is A Friend in Every Corner English Class. According to some newspapers I've seen, Git can use more than 256 different meanings. What do I think about this? Git certainly has a lot of meanings. I don't know if 256 is an actual number or not, but Git absolutely does have a lot of improvisational meanings, meaning differences depending on how you use it. Did I upload what already, Islam? Hello, Lulu. Thank you. Hello, Banti. Okay, let's talk to somebody. Let's talk to Mindy. I haven't talked to Mindy in a while.
Hello.
Hello, Mindy. How are you?
Hello, Teacher Mark.
Long time no see.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can. How are you? Good to see you.
Why I can hear you so small? Okay. Let me volume up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Perfectly.
that's
Thank
good.
you.
Good to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Actually, after work I feel really tired, but when I talk to you, I have my energy back. So
Oh,
that's
that's
why.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had a long day at work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 8 hours and plus 2 hours to commute, so
Wow.
almost 12 hours.
Wow.
Because I plus 1 hour lunch break,
Mm-hmm.
11, and also like go around afterward like 12 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
And now I'm here at my home, at my apartment, cooking dinner. Dinner I already ate, and I just prepared for my next lunch. And now I just crawling my phone and talking to you, and then I take a shower and then go to bed. Yeah.
Sounds like a long day.
Yeah, I do it every day, so I get used to it.
Well, do you
Yeah.
like your work at least?
I'm sorry. Can you
Do
repeat
you
the question?
do you like your work?
Yeah, I really enjoy it because my work is I working at a recruitment consultant, so I have talked to so many people during the day, and I approach like the talent people, intelligent people, and they are like senior and C level. So I really like to talk to them because when I talk to them, I learn a lot from them and listen to their sharing. I inform me a lot. Like I have the lead to grow my like personal development. Yeah.
That's good. Good for you.
Yeah. Mm. Thank you. I hope so.
Your English seems to be getting better and better every time I talk to you.
Oh, it's so nice. You can say that, but I try my best. Maybe right now I'm trying to thinking and complete all my sentence when I talk to you. So that's why. So before I haven't like arranged my word to make a complete sentence. I just speak out and maybe it's just like broken English. So that's why.
Oh,
Yeah.
it sounds really good now. So whatever you're doing,
Thank
keep
you.
it up.
Yeah, I'm listening to your advice that I have watching Suits series.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped watching Friends series because this friend is kind of like casual conversation.
That's
But
right.
I want to
Yeah.
learn more about business English, so that's
Okay.
why I changed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Suits is pretty good for that. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
more legal information, but it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And amazingly, it's helped me to understand more about legal term like diligent. I don't know the term diligent, due diligence. So because of this theory, and I just for it, so that's why I understand
What is that word again?
due diligence. Now you ask me to explain the term, I don't know.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay.
Diligence, yeah,
That's all right. No, so that's a legal term, I guess.
yeah.
Okay.
Like DUE, diligent. Yeah.
D-U-E.
Yeah, diligent.
Let me
It's
see.
like artist, like it's like artist, the firm. Let me show you. Due, diligent. Yeah, it's like the action to verify artist, artist, one firm. Yeah.
And it's spelled D-E-U what?
I already typed it.
Oh, you typed it. Oh, due diligence.
Yeah,
Ah.
you didn't.
Yeah.
See, my
That's okay.
pronunciation,
So that's okay. I just thought you were saying as one word. It's two words. So it's due diligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, due diligence. That's okay. Now I know what you're saying. So let's practice it
Yeah.
a few times. Do.
Do
Yeah, which is pronounced just like the letters D-O, to do something.
like due to.
Yeah, due to, right. Yeah, that's exactly the same due to. So due diligence.
Diligent, not okay. Diligence.
Diligence. Yeah,
Yeah,
diligence.
diligence.
Due diligence.
Due diligent.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and make sure you focus on that the C that sounds like an S at the end. Due diligence. Due diligence.
Diligence.
Yeah, there we go. To do your due diligence, which just means to make sure you're very careful about everything you do. You check on everything carefully. You do your work carefully with a lot of careful thought. That's to do your due diligence, means to think about everything that needs to be thought of. Don't leave anything out. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I haven't used it word a lot, so that's why.
That's
I don't,
okay.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
One moment. Let me check on something here.
C1 English.
Do I see a photo of Tuck above the girl talk? I don't see any. What are you talking about, Adam? I'm not sure what you mean, Adam. Hello, Belen. How are you? Yeah. So those are good terms. And again, if you're watching that show, then you should get a notebook and write these down. You know.
Yeah.
There will definitely be lots of new words to learn in that show. There's another show. If you like legal stuff,
It's so hard for me to understand.
no, but it's good. It's good, and it's good to understand
trying
a lot
to
about
watch.
us. Yeah, there's another show called Law and Order.
Law and Order.
Yeah, Law and Order. It's a very famous show, and it has been on TV for many, many years. And they have many different versions of the show. They're like, you know, so when I say Law and Order, there are probably 10 different Law and Order TV shows. And they've been on TV for a long time. But there's some good acting in that show, and they also have lots of legal terms and criminal terms.
I already just like have a 23 season. Oh my god.
Yeah.
23 season.
Yeah, that's a lot, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to find Office. I heard people recommend about Office a lot.
The Office? Yeah.
Siri Office?
The Office
Yeah,
is
The
pretty
Office.
good too. Yeah. It's more common language, but it's common language so it's kind of like Friends, I think. Yeah, The Office is not bad. It's funny. You know, it's a comedy, so there's a lot of language in there that's just funny, you know, not formal language. Yeah. Adam, I'm not sure what you're seeing because I don't see anything in my screen. I don't see any pictures or anything in the chat or anywhere. So I see Mindy on my screen and me on my screen, and then I see the comments in the chat, but that's all I see. I don't see any pictures. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't see.
Maybe he talk about my Canva.
I don't know. No,
Oh,
I
it's
think
just
he's talking about
Canva.
on his screen. I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Law and Order. Yeah, that's the show, Anvar. Yeah, that show has been around for a long time, and it talks a lot about American legal procedures. You know, so if you watch that show a bit, you'll learn a lot of words about the legal system here.
And also allowing in America, like how to start using it, or maybe law about how to have a house or a property in the U.S. Maybe I'm kidding.
You know, no, there's but you know, this is a good topic to talk about. Is there are different channels you can watch in the United States, right? And for example, the Home and Garden Network. The Home and Garden
Home and
Network.
Garden?
Yeah, the Home and Garden Network is a TV channel, and almost every show on there is just about buying and refinishing old houses, you know, or buying houses or refinishing houses or do it yourself, you know, making houses better, you know, something like that. So, so yeah, if you want to, you know, you can find a channel that has the kind of language that you're looking for, right? So you can find National Geographic is a good one that has lots of
I watch it too.
nature. Yeah, nature stuff. That's good for nature shows and nature language.
And, Expedia?
Expedia, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Expedia.
Yeah, they have lots of great videos on their YouTube channel. If you want to learn a lot about traveling, their videos are excellent. The language is very clear. The voices are recorded really well, and they're recorded slowly. The talking is slowly. So, think about that, guys. When you're watching TV or you're trying to watch TV, try to see if you can think about different channels and how some channels have this kind of language. And, you know, like if you watch MTV, it's almost all young people talking with young common language. But if you watch the Home and Garden channel, then they're talking about building houses and finishing houses and words about building and, you know, things like that. If you watch shows like National Geographic or channels like that, then there's going to be a lot more nature and science vocabulary. So you can choose the channels that you want to. Yeah, traveling
now
videos are
I
good.
want to learn some words or phrase and learn about a topic like debate or maybe just discussion in the meeting, or maybe you are presenting something in the meeting just for smoothly or pronunciation, or maybe just presenting your idea, or maybe just like discuss like aggressively. So do you have any channel, any to suggest me to recommend?
Sure. The first thing I'll recommend is you can go to this website, iteslj.org. That website, I just wrote it there. Yeah. iteslj.org. And they have a menu button there that says questions. Click on the one that says questions, and then you'll see a bunch of topics that will come up, right? And if you click on one of those topics, there'll be 100 questions that comes up. So you can use that as a way to, you know, try to ask yourself these questions and answer these things. Can I answer these things? Can I debate these things? Can I make an argument about these things? Right? So that's a good place to test your language to see how well can I talk about these topics? How well can I debate these topics? Okay.
Yeah, thank you. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Maybe I can like practice with AI, like role
that's
play.
exactly right. That's exactly what I was going to suggest, is just to practice by yourself or practice with AI. yeah, you can, debate and say, I'm going to answer this question. Tell me what you think about my answer.
Cool.
Something like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So that's one place I would say. And then I'll tell you another place that's really good if you want to learn how to debate.
Yeah.
There's a book. It's called Plato's The Republic. Plato is a Greek philosopher, and he wrote a book called The Republic. The Republic. And his book is basically a bunch of guys arguing about what government should or shouldn't be. So the whole form of the book is about guys arguing about something, right? They're debating. They're arguing. So one, it's a great book to read to see how you should debate. Like when you see other people arguing with each other, now you can say, oh, I see. So when he says this, I should say that, but they also use pretty common language to discuss some pretty difficult topics. That's one thing I like about Plato is, Plato. Plato. What I like about him is his writing. He understood that complicated topics must be discussed in the simplest of terms. Because if you can't express it in simple terms, then your understanding of something is limited to those who can understand your words, right?
And can express and transfer to everyone to
right,
understand.
That's exactly right. So like if you use really difficult words, maybe you're right, but maybe a whole bunch of people aren't going to understand you. But
and
if you
it's
use
not a good communication.
Right. So if you can make your arguments even about difficult things with simple terms, then more people are likely to understand your arguments and possibly agree with you. So yeah, I think that that was a book that I read when I was younger, and I really liked it because it changed my view about arguing and debating, and it also made me understand that idea.
Book name again?
Yeah, it's called The Republic. Plato. That's the guy who wrote it. Let me write it for you here.
Yeah, so to be honest with you, I have not good at digest philosophy, history, or maybe it's just politics like capitalism, or maybe blah blah blah. I cannot digest it.
Yeah, those things can be hard and boring. They can be really boring sometimes to digest. But Plato's The Republic, this one's not too bad. Compared to most philosophy and history, this one's not too bad.
But once you digest, you can improve or maybe practice your critical thinking or maybe irrational.
Right. That's what this book is great for. Yeah, it'll improve your critical thinking and your rational thinking and your logical thinking. He was really logical in all of his arguments. So that's one thing I would suggest is try that one.
Thank you.
And let me think of... and then what I think you should do is use that website I gave you and choose the topics that you are most interested in. And then...
is the way to apply what I learned from the book?
Yeah, you can use those topic choices and then go read about those topics, right? So if you want to know more about history, then choose that and then go read about something about history so that you can speak more about it, right? It's really that simple. If you've never read about something, then you can't really speak about it that well. And even if you can speak about it, what you say doesn't really matter because you don't have any knowledge, right? There's a famous Roman general named Marcus Aurelius, Roman leader, And he said, the opinion of 10,000 men doesn't matter if they know nothing of the subject. So it doesn't matter if you have 10,000 people who agree with you. If they don't know anything, they didn't read anything, they don't know anything, then their opinion doesn't really mean anything. So that's why I'm saying it's important to try to study the topics you want to talk about.
Yeah, what you mean is the majority of people doesn't make it right.
I mean, if you have an opinion about something, that's great. Everybody has opinions. But if your opinion is not based on anything factual, if you have no facts, you're just basing your opinion on feelings, then your opinion doesn't really matter. You have to know something about what you're talking about in order for you to have a valid opinion. Everybody has opinions. Not all of them are valid, because valid means acceptably correct or acceptably appropriate. Yeah, just you have to study the things that you want to talk about. You have to, if you want anyone to take you seriously, then you have to read about it.
You have knowledge.
Yeah, that's right. You have to have the knowledge. That's right. Yeah. So when people tell me that they want to talk about these things more, then that means you need to read about them more. You need to watch videos and listen to, watch movies and listen to podcasts about those things.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think I have made this mistake a lot. I don't think I have good enough knowledge to judge, or maybe I have the right consciousness to understand right the author want the user can.
Well, it depends. It depends. It depends on what you're reading. Again, it depends on what you're reading. There will be some things that you can't understand. NPR is another great place for you, Mindy. NPR is National Public Radio in America.
Okay.
And they have lots of podcasts. I listen to NPR almost every day. And they have great shows about culture and history and food and language and travel, and they've got good shows about lots of different things, science, so TED Talks are great. You need to explore the ideas that other people have if you want to have good ideas of your own. Yeah. So reading more and watching more is good.
Yeah, NPR because I think I listen not every day, but I listen to podcasts a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to just listen passively. Maybe try understand.
Sometimes that's good. Yeah, sometimes that's good. Just try to listen passively. Yeah. Because maybe some of them might be a little too difficult for you, or maybe there'll be cultural things that you don't really understand about them. But that's okay. Yeah. They also have really great speakers on NPR. So just hearing their voices, they speak well, they pronounce things well. Most of them don't speak too quickly. So, Nalis's culture podcasts are hard to understand. Yeah, they are. They are. I don't recommend them for people who are beginners or intermediate level, but if you're intermediate, advanced, or advanced level, then yes, I recommend that you should be listening to advanced speaking. If you want to speak in an advanced way, then you need to listen to advanced speakers. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your sharing. But I think I have to change about my mindset about philosophy because I always think I don't have enough knowledge or consciousness or maybe to trust and understand right the author want us to understand.
Try the Republic. Try the Republic. It's philosophy, but it's philosophy done in a simple debate style. So it's a few guys in a room who are arguing with each other about things, and you just are reading their arguments. That's it. That's much more easy to read than certain other philosophy books There are lots of other philosophy books that are deliberately hard to read. But
Yeah, even though I read it in Vietnamese, like TOEIC, like TOEIC.
yeah, those are hard. Yeah. So, all right. Well, good luck with that, Mindy, and keep trying.
Yeah,
And
thank you
you're
so
doing
much.
great. You're doing great. I wish I had your attitude, your positive attitude.
Thank you so much for your sharing
You're welcome.
your recommendation and your suggestion, or maybe your live dream is so valuable to me. So that's why I try to attain as much as I can when I have time.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Mindy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I'll see you next time then, okay? Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, bye. Thank you for bringing me here.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night. Yeah.
What is a culture podcast? A culture podcast is a podcast about culture, right? So it could be about food. It could be about music. It could be about different heritages coming together. It could be culture podcasts are about many different things. Yeah. You're literally a beginner and what you read is literature? Well, Nala, maybe you're reading the wrong things. I wouldn't recommend literature to a beginner. What's the difference between make her sing, have her sing, and get her to sing? Make her sing implies that you're forcing someone to do it. Have her sing implies that you're inviting them to do it. And get her to sing implies that you have coerced or cajoled them into singing. So they didn't want to, but you convinced them to. Right? So make her is forcing someone to do it. Have her is inviting her to do it. And get her is convincing her to do it. Okay? TED Talks are great. TED Talks are great. Okay, let me catch up with the comments. Hello, Shia. Hello, Sophia. Hello, Mashid. Lillian, what did you need from me today? You have a speech for me? Okay, sure. Hello, Lillian. How are you today?
Actually, I am doing well. Thanks for your asking. What about you?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good too. So you have a speech for me?
Yeah. That's really nice to hear. And if I finish my speech, and then you can tell me your feeling and your feedback.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. The English salon speech about tea. Speaker Lillian. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am honored to start here and talk about the profound Chinese tea culture and ancient beverage has a long history and rich connotations originating in China. Tea has spread throughout the world and become an important part of global culture. Chinese tea culture embodies the wisdom and pursuit of the Chinese people. It is not just about the quenching quenching
Go ahead.
quenching serious, but also a special enjoyment. The process of making tea is an art form, from choosing the finest tea leaf to brewing with just the right temperature and time. Every step requires patience and skills. There are many types of tea in China, such as green tea, black tea, oolong tea, and pu'er tea. Each type has its just unique flavor and health benefit. Green tea is known for its refreshing taste, and black tea is often enjoyed for its rich aroma and strong flavor. Oolong tea is famous for its complex taste and floral fragrance. For tea, on the other hand, is praised for uh, its aging potential and unique mm, healthy flavors. Thank you for your time and wish you have a nice day.
Okay, pretty good, Lillian. Pretty good. So
Really?
it was a speech about tea, right? Chinese tea, and you were trying to talk about
Yeah, yeah,
Chinese
yeah,
tea.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
so when you're doing a speech, Lillian, first thing is don't put your hand over your mouth because it sounds much more like this instead of
Okay.
like this. Can you hear the difference? It's much more not clear because your hand is in front of your mouth. So make sure your
Okay.
hand is not
Okay.
in front of your mouth when you're speaking. And then practice each sentence by itself and try to just listen. Yeah, one sentence at a time and listen to the sentence and make it sound good, right? So reading words is different than performing words, right? So what
Yeah.
you should do is slow down and try to think about the words like song lyrics. Lillian, you like to learn songs and you can memorize the words,
So
right? So you need to do this. Yeah, you need to do the same thing with your speech is memorize the words so that you can say them without reading them and you can perform them and put more energy into them. Okay?
So I think my speech is not good, and this is my new speech in this weekend. Maybe I cannot do it very well
Well, you just need more
because
practice,
yeah.
Lillian. You just need more practice. Okay? You need more practice. Doing a speech requires a lot of practice. Okay? Most people don't speak well when they're reading a speech. It's actually a difficult thing to do. So just practice more with reading it and read each sentence carefully. Read each sentence with some energy, right? Read each
Maybe
sentence like it has
maybe I
energy.
try to write it down my speech and also use the new words and and maybe it's hard for me
Yeah,
and
those new words, those are
maybe
difficult words. So you have to make sure that you slow down and you can use them properly. But it just takes practice, Lillian. You just have to do it more. Do it more times. Okay?
okay.
再一次。
So you think the speech is pretty good or just bad?
I think it's pretty good. I think you need to practice more to make it really good. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. And before I go, I want to sing the songs for you.
Okay. Quickly. Short. Go ahead.
Because of you, I never stray too far from the sidewalk. Because of you, I have learned the hard way. Okay. Another song is "If I Entered You." Yeah, for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So see, Lillian, when you sing those words, you know those words. So you sing them
Yeah.
more clearly and you say them more clearly. So you need to
Yeah.
do that with your speech too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Some people want you, but I don't wanna deal. Oh. If I android you, baby. If I android you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, somehow drama everything, but everything means nothing. If I android you.
Okay, see, that was much better. See, you can do this, the songs. If you sing a song, you can do it without reading. So you need to do that with your speech, and you'll be good. Okay, combine your talent for singing lyrics with your speech, and you'll be okay. All right.
So I have the last question. So why did you believe me? I can do this and why you are also encouraging me?
Well, because I believe all my students can do anything if they try.
Mhm.
If you try, then you
You
can do
are
it.
believe you are also believe in your friend can do the speech more successfully.
Sure, of
Ah,
course,
yeah. 就是啊，
of course. Yeah.
喂，同学
上去了啊，
啊
洗澡了。
早了，怎么？
Do you need to go, Lillian?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
No. I just wanted to know your feedback and just wanted to know what is your feeling about me.
I told you, Lillian, my job as a teacher is to support all of my students. A teacher's job is to be positive and supportive. That's your job. Your job is not to tell people they can't do something. Your job is to tell people they can, and to give them advice or tips about how they can do it better or more easily. So I support you the same way as I support everybody here. If you're trying and you really want to do it, then I think you can. You just need to put more effort into it. Okay?
Okay, I get it. Thank you, Teacher Mark.
You're welcome,
And,
Lillian, and
maybe-
keep working on it, okay?
And maybe next time I will bring the Chinese songs for you.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, Lillian. All right,
Yeah.
keep working on it,
You're
okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I will tell you the results when I finish the speech
Okay.
this weekend.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, I'll see you next time, Lillian.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Since you've known her, she's improved a lot. I agree. Yeah. And I also think it does take bravery to be on stage. Like I said, that's one reason I think Lillian's great, because she's not afraid to try, which is more than I can say for most of you. Many of you are too afraid to come up and talk to me. But at least she's not afraid to keep trying. So, yeah. Okay, let's go to Yafi. Hello, Yafi.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm a new person in here. This is my first time to talk to one person in the online. Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome. You're in China where? What city are you in? Are you in Beijing?
No, I'm in Shenzhen.
In Shenzhen. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, and you just joined today, or you just used the app for the first time today?
No, and I'm not. I am not just joining today.
Oh,
I have done the app for about many days, but I didn't use this app before.
Okay.
And just now I coming here and listened for a while, and I think you are a really good person, and you how to say, you really good. You encourage everyone in that talk to you. So I think you are really good. I'm a little nervous.
没事没事 Calm down. You're okay. You're okay. 不担心不担心 Don't worry. Relax.
I want to know 就是what's your feeling or opinion about Beijing? Because I just hear that you are living in Beijing now.
No, I live in the United States. I've never been to Beijing. I lived in Taiwan for 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
maybe-
2016到2020我住在台湾 But I've never been to Beijing.
So, maybe I hear wrong.
You might be talking about Teacher Todd. Teacher Todd is an American guy who lives in Beijing, I think. And yeah, I think you're probably talking about Todd. Yeah. He's another popular teacher here.
I'm here. I also have destination. I can't find a word to describe my mind. I want to find someone who can chat with me every day and to improve my oral English.
Okay.
So, and
Well, you live in Shenzhen. There are lots of people there who speak English. There are lots of native speakers there, and there are lots of non-native speakers there. So you just have to go find them.
yes, but later, I can't speak in public. I'm not brave enough.
You can, but you just haven't tried. You're speaking in public right
Yes,
now. There are lots of people watching. This is public.
But they didn't know me. They don't know me.
Okay, right. Well, maybe when you go meet new people, they won't know you either. So it's okay.
Yes.
So you
Right.
can find people to speak with in Shenzhen. There are language groups that you can get together with. Do a search online for English language speaking group, Shenzhen, and see, there probably are already a few groups that meet once a week, either online or in person, and they go to a cafe and it's a bunch of people just practicing English. Okay, so that's one
Yeah,
way,
and
but you can also do it on HelloTalk if you want to find some people on HelloTalk. But secret, Yafi, is if you're trying to find people on HelloTalk, you have to be interesting. Right? So
Right.
if you just send a message to somebody and you just wave, that's not interesting. If you just send a message and say, please teach me English, that's not interesting. You have to introduce yourself first and introduce yourself well. Make somebody want to know you. That's the secret.
So, I see.
Yeah. So introduce yourself and say, hey, my name is Yafi. I'm from Shenzhen. I'm learning English. and then talk about what you like to do and maybe something that you read about them. You know, I see you like movies. I see you like food. I see you like traveling. I see you like books. Read about what they like and then ask them about what they like. Right?
Okay.
That's the secret. You have to really get, you know, if you want to talk to people, then you have to be interesting. It's very simple. If people are not talking to you, it's because you're not interesting. So you have to try to be more interesting. Okay? And if you want to, in your city, in Shenzhen, it's actually easy to find, if you want to find the Americans, find the restaurant that has the best burger. Right? If you find a restaurant that has a really good burger, go there on a Saturday afternoon. There will be some Americans there eating.
Yeah, but I sometimes I will I think they will not want to chat with me because it will
so you can go and you can sit at a table and there'll be a bunch of other people nearby and maybe you can introduce yourself and just maybe say, you know, hey, if I buy some French fries for everyone, will you guys practice speaking with me? You know, you can buy some French fries for the table and then everybody can have some French fries and you can talk with them. Right? It's hard, but it's not impossible. You just have to introduce yourself and just say, you know, hey, I'm here because I'm trying to practice my English. So if I could practice my English with you, that would be great.
I need to try the first step.
Yeah. Or, you know, go with a friend. Find another friend of yours. Go with them. That way you're not alone. You're together. Right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah. If you go together, then you won't be so nervous.
Okay.
Okay?
I will go and to take a shower.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, Yafi.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. I'll see you next time, okay?
See you next time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Hello, DK. I'm fine. How are you? Yeah, there are many people who confuse me with Todd. But that's okay. The topic is English. If you have English questions, then ask me. Okay, let's see. Let's talk to Zizzo. Zizzo, you want to come talk with me? Or Anna? There's Anna. Hello, Anna.
Hello.
How are you? Hola.
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm pretty good. Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. Do you speak Spanish?
Un poco.
Okay.
Only a little bit. Only a few words. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
And so you're in Mexico. Are you in Mexico City or where are you?
I'm in Mexico, but I live in Tlaxcala.
Ah, Tlaxcala.
It's
Okay.
one state. Yes.
Okay. All right. So what can I do for you today? How can I help you?
Yes. I have a problem with learn new words in English. Currently, I am learning English, but I don't know how improve my level because I consider that I have a English level, basic level, and I have a problem with learn new words. What do you recommend me?
Well, you sound like you're more than basic. I would say you're intermediate level. And how are you learning new words now? How do you learn new vocabulary? What do you do?
I take English classes, but I think it's the same because always I studied grammatic or something like that. And it's difficult for me learn new words.
Okay. So classes are good. Oh, excuse me. Classes are good, but you need to make your own class for yourself. Right?
Okay.
So if you want to learn something, if you go to a class, that's good. But you also need to make your own class at home. Okay? So for vocabulary, you need to create a system for learning vocabulary words. You should have a notebook. You should have a vocabulary notebook. Okay? And the best way to learn new vocabulary words is from reading. Right? Read. The more you can read, the better you will learn. Okay? There's a website that you can use that's it's good for basic and intermediate level students. It's called eslfast.com.
ESL?
Yeah, I just wrote it there in the chat. eslfast.com.
Thank you.
That website has about 3,000 free short stories that are very, very short. And they have a recording that you can listen to if you want to hear the pronunciation as well. And most of those use pretty simple grammar. Like level 1, I think all the level 1 stories are all simple present stories, I think. But there's good vocabulary words in there. There are some good exercises in there. So that's a good one. Read. And you can read, 10 of those stories every day because they're so short. They're so short, so you can just do many of them every day. And write down the new vocabulary words that you learn. When you learn vocabulary words in the context of a story, you're more likely to remember them. Okay? So that's number 1, is try to read. The second thing that you can do is you can go to this website, thesaurus.com. Thesaurus.com. A thesaurus is a dictionary, but it's a dictionary of synonyms. Okay. Right? So this is a great website, or they have a free app also. I use the app on my phone. And so here's what's great about this app is it's 2 apps in one. If it's blue, it's the dictionary, but you can see right up here there's 2 buttons. I can click this one, and now it goes over to the thesaurus, right? So dictionary here, and so like I can type in the word angry, and here is the dictionary answer for angry, okay? But if I click on thesaurus, now it will give me all the words that are related to angry. So it'll say, I could say I'm angry, or I could say I'm annoyed, I'm bitter, I'm enraged, I'm exasperated, I'm furious, I'm heated, I'm impassioned, right? So this is a great way to explore your vocabulary by using words you already know. You know the word I'm angry, right? So now find other ways that you can express angry. Right? I'm enraged. That means really angry. I'm furious. That means I'm really angry also. I'm irate. That's a formal way to say I'm angry, to be irate, okay? So thesaurus.com is a website or an app that you can get, and that's very useful. Another good way to learn vocabulary, Anna, is by topic.
Topic.
Yeah, so you can type in a word like computers vocabulary.
Okay.
And there'll be a list of vocabulary words that are about computers, right? Like email and data and screen and, CPU. And you can look up all the words that are related to each other by topic, right? So maybe you could look up travel, and there'll be words like passport and luggage and airplane, right? And those are all related by topic, okay? And then finally, Anna, the fourth way that I like to learn vocabulary is by something called etymology. Etymology means the history of where words come from and how they've changed over time. Okay? And many English words have really interesting history. And if you find out about the history, then you'll remember the word. So, for example, the word cafeteria, the place where we go to eat, right? That word is actually a Spanish word that comes from a French word. The word cafe is a French word that means a place to a small coffee place to eat, right? A small restaurant or a small place to serve coffee is a cafe, right? But then they added the word eateria on the end, and now it becomes a Spanish word, cafeteria, right? Or the word steak. Steak meaning some meat, right? Meat that you cook over the fire, right? And let me ask you a question. 10,000 years ago, if you wanted to cook a steak, what was the easiest way to cook a steak? Like what would you use to cook a steak 10,000 years ago?
10,000?
Yeah, 10,000 years ago. Think about it. How would you cook meat? If you wanted to cook meat, what would you do?
I don't know.
Like here's the meat, and if you want to cook it over the fire, then you need to put it over the fire, right? And what was the easiest way to put it over the fire? They would put a stick into the meat and then hold the meat over the fire, right?
Okay.
The word stick, it looks a lot like the word steak, because stick and steak, that's how we used to cook food, was with a stick. We'd put the steak on the stick. So those words are related. That helps you remember them. And there are many words in English like, how many words can you think of that have the letters P-R-E in front of them? P-R-E, what? Preview, pre-test, pretend, pretext. Pre means before. Okay, so if you know that pre means before, you can learn all the words that have pre in them, right? Prepare, preposterous, pretend, right? Or sub, or in, or un, or, there are many of these root words that we say. These, root words that go before or at the end of the letter, or I'm sorry, before or at the end of the words. Okay? That's a good way to learn vocabulary. Okay? So here's the secret, Anna. I didn't give you one way. If you want to learn vocabulary and you want to remember them, then you have to have more than one way to engage with the words, right? So reading is really good. A thesaurus is really good. Learning by topic is really good. And finding the etymology is really good. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
And then my final trick for learning vocabulary is when you use the vocabulary words, if you want to write them down and use them in a sentence, write one sentence that's normal, and then I want you to write one sentence that's weird and funny and crazy. Because your brain remembers weird, funny, and crazy. So I tell people, Anna, if I was walking down the street and you saw me walking down the street and I'm dressed just like this, you're not going to remember me.
Okay.
But if I walk down the street and I have this big pink elephant hat on, then you're going to say, oh, wow, look at that guy with the pink elephant hat. And you're going to remember me later.
Yes,
Your brain remembers weird stuff. So when I use a sentence, I always use the word microphone. Let's say I'm trying to learn the word microphone. Okay, so I could write a simple sentence that says, the new microphone I bought is very expensive. That's a good sentence. It's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But if I write another sentence and I say, I hit my little brother in the face with my new expensive microphone. Now I have this funny picture of me hitting my brother in the face with my microphone. And your brain will remember that. Okay,
Mhm, I agree.
so yeah, so that's the secret about your brain is your brain doesn't like to remember normal things. Normal things are too easy to forget. But if you make a funny story or a weird story or create a weird, funny picture in your mind, your brain will remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So just try all those things. If you do all those things, then your vocabulary will improve. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And you're
Yes,
doing great.
thank you.
So just keep going. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
See you.
It was wonderful to talk to you. I'll see you next time. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, let's see. DK was waiting to talk to me. I'm almost out of coffee. It's about time for me to go here. Hello, DK.
Hello. Hello, Hassan.
Long time no see.
Good
How are
evening.
you?
Yeah, I'm fine. What about you, sir? How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I can't complain.
Yeah.
What can I do for you today?
What? Come again, sir?
What can I do for you today? How can I help you?
Yeah, there are some words. I don't know what to pronounce it, how to pronounce them, and I don't know what meaning. First one is B-A-L-L-E-T.
Say it again. Can you type it for me?
B-A, yeah,
Ballet. Ballet, it's a French
Ballet.
word. Yeah, ballet is a French word. It's
Yeah.
a kind of dance. It's a formal kind of dance. That's ballet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
So we only use that word when we're talking about dance usually. She's a
Yeah.
ballet dancer.
yeah.
Hmm.
And second one is R-A-P-P-O-R-T.
Rapport. So rapport is another French word, and this word means it's like your relationship. It expresses that you have a certain level of comfortability with your relationship. So if you have good rapport with someone, it means they like you and they respect you, and you like them and you respect them. So you have a good rapport. Means you feel comfortable working with that person or talking with that person or dealing with that person. You have a good rapport. Okay? That word, actually, let me check something.
Okay.
Let's see. To bring again. Interesting. It's related to the word report, actually. So your rapport is your reputation, and if you have a good rapport, that means you have a good relationship with somebody, and your reputation is mutually respected. So it comes from the word report, meaning to tell somebody about something, right? To report about something is to tell somebody about something. And so to have a good rapport means to have a good working relationship with someone, a good open respect for someone.
Yeah. And there are two words here, sir. Attach, H-U-S-T-L-E, and C-S-T-L-E.
Hustle and castle. Hustle means to work harder or move faster, right? So a long time ago when I was in soccer, when I would practice soccer with my team, the coach was always on the side of the pitch. He's on the side of the field, and he was yelling, "Hustle, hustle, hustle," which means go, 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 run, run, run. So usually that's the way we use it. But it also could be a noun, and if it's a noun, a hustle means a scam. Right? Somebody is trying to trick you out of something. They're trying to hustle you. Okay? So hustle can have two meanings. One is to work harder, try harder, put more energy into what you're doing, move faster. And the other meaning is to hustle someone, or a hustle, which means a scam or trying to scam someone. Castle is the old kind of building that was used by kings, right? Kings would build castles. It's a big protective structure, right? So the word hustle and castle have that same TLE sound to them, STLE sound to them. Okay?
Okay, so there is a problem with me. There is an idea flooding in minds, as you discussed, 2 or 3 4 words with me, like Wale, Repo, Castle, and Hustle. And in these words, there are some words are silented. So how to come over? How to know the words some letters are silenced, because these words are totally
Yeah,
new
there is no
for
way.
me. Yeah.
There's only etymology. If you learn the etymology, if I look up all of those words in the etymology, so for example, if I look up the word hustle, hustle comes from High and Low German. The original meaning is to shake to and fro. So, yeah. So this word comes from a Dutch word or a German word, hutselen or hoselen. So there is no rule in English that's going to tell you why certain words are pronounced that way, or why one word, the T is pronounced silently and one word it's not. Etymology is the only way to really know that. If you look up the etymology, then you will find where the word comes from, and that usually gives you a better idea of why it's spelled that way or why it's pronounced that way. But because English has so many roots from so many different languages, Latin, Greek, French, Italian, Spanish, Arabic, Hindi, because it has so many different roots, German, that means that we have many, many different pronunciations and many different spellings, and the rules change depending on where the word comes from. Okay?
Like a word as saucer, recently used with girls recently. Saucer, THESOUR, saucer.coms.
Thesaurus, right? Thesaurus.com,
Sorry,
right?
sorry,
Yeah. That one is a hard one. Even when I was a boy, I had a hard time pronouncing that word. It's thesaurus. Thesaurus.
Sorry.
Yeah. And that one actually is interesting. If you look up the history of that word, it originally means treasure. Because a thesaurus is a book of a treasure of words, right? It's many, many words in there that are like a treasure. But there is no rule, unfortunately, for English etymology to learn, why is this one pronounced this way or this one pronounced that way. It depends on where the words come from. Like the word cafe. Cafe is a French word. It's spelled C-A-F-E, but the E has a accent on it because it's originally a French word. If it didn't have that accent on it, then we would pronounce it as cafe. But we don't. We keep the French pronunciation, right? So, yeah, I wish there were an easy trick for you, but at your level, I think you just need to be looking at the etymology sometimes. Sometimes look to see where the word comes from. So I looked up castle. Let me find out I looked up hustle. Let me find out where castle comes from. Castle comes from Latin. So the original word. Castellum, meaning a castle or fort. So this one is interesting because the original spelling was Castellum, Castellum, but then over time the el changed to le. Who knows why? Who knows why? Nobody knows. They just sometimes words just change spelling over time. Like the word tea. The word tea. The original pronunciation of the word tea was pronounced te, not tea. And that's because that was the word tea, T-E-E, or T-E-A, was originally pronounced te, and that came from the Indian word chai, which means tea.
Yeah, sure.
And that word, chai, comes from the Chinese word cha, which means tea in Chinese. So cha is the original word. Chai is the Indian variant of cha. And then te became tea. So all of those words, the pronunciation and the spelling, it has to do with where does the word come from originally. But who knows why? Why do we pronounce it tea now? We still pronounce it tea, but that's not very close to the original spelling or sound. Yeah. So that's why it's really interesting. That word changes depending on where you live, but it all means tea. It all means tea.
Sometimes the situation is very difficult because sometimes words are used as idioms and phrases are very difficult by me while having conversations with another persons mostly use a sentence in phrases words totally different meanings with different words. So how to solve and how to tackle these kind of problems because I'm a teacher and my schools there are many teachers from different kinds of states from India, Indian parts and use idioms and phrases words. So I sometimes I'm unable to understand full idiom because of the use phrases and idioms.
Well, idioms are easier to solve than phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs just takes a lot of practice and usage. Idioms are like these stories with etymology. Every idiom in English has an interesting story about where it comes from. Every single one. They all have some kind of an interesting story. So if you learn where the idiom comes from, then usually it helps you to remember what it means and how to use it. Okay, so there are lots of books for that. There are lots of websites for that. There's one website called theidioms.com. This website has, it's a free online etymology dictionary. It doesn't have every idiom, but it has a lot of them. And if you do a search online there, they give you the idiom, they tell you where it comes from, they show you how it's used, they give you the meaning. Excuse me. So go to theidioms.com and that can help you a little bit. Phrasal verbs, that just takes time. Phrasal verbs are one of the most difficult parts of learning English because there are so many different meanings for so many of them. And there is no rule for them. Okay? I recommend people learn phrasal verbs in groups, right? So learn all the phrasal verbs that have the word get in them. Get in, get on, get through, get out, get over. learn all the get phrasal verbs together in a group, and then do all the take phrasal verbs: take on, take in, take through, take with. Okay, so try doing them
Yes.
in groups that way. Okay.
Okay. So, as a native speaker, sir, do you ever feel some different meaning while conversations are used phrases by another person? Because a lot of phrases. I want to make environment in myself in my mind that I should understand some English words. Every English phrases. I'm trying many times, and I hard works. I write down a
Mm-hmm.
lot of words in my dictionary. I have completed my 3 diaries, totally written dictionary. A
Good for
lot
you.
of words,
Wow,
different words,
that's good for
very,
you.
very uncommon, different words. I tell a bunch of words in this dictionary from the newspapers published from different kinds of countries. So, and I try to find out the words and use the words with my students and whenever I find people. So the words are settled in my need.
Okay, well then you're doing the right things. You just need to keep using them, and use them as many
Yeah,
ways as you can. Write stories that
yeah,
use the words. Write sentences that use the words. Do more research
what
about the
some
words. Right. Find out the
yeah
etymology of the words.
what sometimes while watching news channels and cricket match, the words are very rare and very difficult, and I'm unable to understand them fully because they speak so fast and the
Yeah.
words are totally uncommon. So
Right.
actually, I want to settle myself. I want to adjust myself in environment that I should understand each and every words are spoken around the world. Yeah.
Well, that's a
I
hard
wanna, I
thing.
wanna, I wanna, I wanna understand like you that as a native speaker, I can understand each and every words. So I want to
That's going to take
make
some
myself
time.
be
That's a good
satisfied.
goal. That's a good goal, but that's going to take some time.
Yeah,
Even I can't
yeah,
understand everyone.
yeah,
So, you have a big goal, DK. You have a big goal.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
so, of course, it's not easy. If you want to have a big goal
yeah,
like that,
yeah,
then
I
that's
know.
going to take time.
Yeah,
But just remember
yeah,
that it's it's easier to understand people who speak well. So try to focus on listening to people who speak well. Okay? So if you watch cricket matches, there will be some cricket matches who the announcer, you understand his voice better, right? So this announcer, you don't understand him that well, but this other announcer, you do. So listen to that announcer, right?
yeah,
Find a game and record it and listen to that announcer and use his voice. You can't understand everyone. You just can't. I think it's a silly thing to think about. Think about how many people there are who speak any language. So even if I were fluent in Hindi, I couldn't understand everyone because there will be somebody who speaks in a way that I don't understand. But I don't worry about them. I worry about the people who speak generally, right? So, and I worry about the people who speak well. If I can understand them, then I'm okay. All right. So don't judge your language based on the way other people speak.
yeah,
Sometimes you're forgetting the fact that your inability to understand them is not necessarily all you. Your inability to understand them is also because they're not speaking very well. Okay? They're not speaking very well.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
actually, there are some words are each in different way and different meanings at different occasions. Like the two words, teacher and preceptors, they are synonyms each other. So sometimes I'm unable to differentiate them that how to use and when to use, and which occasions we should use. So, is there any website that can help me to differentiate them
Uh,
between the words?
no, not really. That's just the art of language, DK. Sometimes you can't find out if one word works well until you use it, right? So sometimes there are times when you might try to use a word and maybe it's not the perfect word, but you can't know that until you try. So language is an art, and sometimes you have to take a risk and try using a word even if you're not sure, but maybe it is. It could be correct. And this is why I always remind people about Shakespeare. Shakespeare is still considered to be very important English literature to study. And Shakespeare himself created many, many new words that we still use today. So when he was using language, did he worry about, did he think, oh, well, I can't use these two words together because nobody's ever said them that way before? No, he decided to use it because he thought it made sense. So he put it out there, right? So sometimes you have to take a chance and just use the words the best as you imagine them to be and see what happens. And maybe somebody will understand you very clearly and they'll say, wow, that's a great way to put it. Or maybe they'll say, well, that's not the best word to use. Maybe you should use this word instead. Okay, but sometimes you can't find the beautiful melody without trying. Okay, so you have to try first, and then you'll see if it's works or if it doesn't work. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
but
My
just
perceptor.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, my guide.
you're doing well.
Yeah.
You just need to keep working on it. You just need to keep working on it, DK. It's a lifelong pursuit.
So, yeah, so keep helping me in future. I want to get a big goal. Yeah. And I want to do some things. I want to open a coaching center in the future for the poor families and who has passed in COVID-19 and they are orphan persons that are unable to fill fee, and I will help them. So, yeah, so I'm a teacher of chemistry and biology, so I'm trying to help them, and I think that I will do better for the persons who are orphans. And I'm also opening a coaching centers for IIT and NEET for medical students for their preparations, and I will start soon. So I need help. I will need help you in the future. So please, it's a request. It's a humble request to keep guiding me in future.
Just keep working on it. You're doing well. You're doing well, DK, and you're doing good work. So just keep it up, okay?
Yeah.
All right, DK. Well, it was great to see you again, and thanks for coming. And
Okay.
come back and see me again, okay? Keep working on it.
Okay. Thank you. Sir.
Okay. Take care,
Thank
my
you, sir.
friend.
Good
Bye
night.
bye.
Good night.
Milton English for Kids. I've heard of Milton English. I'm not familiar with it, so I don't really know, Bellin, if it's good or bad. I've been working on my own system for kids recently. I have some new students. I just started just two new kids that are really, really, really smart little kids. So I'm looking forward to teaching them. I don't normally do groups together, but I decided to teach these two kids together because they're friends. And yeah, so I've been developing my own materials for that. And hello, Miguel. How are you? Hopefully you're still here. Hello, Tata. Laura says, I have a tendency of forgetting English vocabulary a lot. Laura, there are no real secrets to this. You have to use the words more. So you need to think in English more often. The more often that you think in English, the more that those words are familiar to you, right? So we forget English vocabulary because we're only using it when we speak English. But if you want to remember English vocabulary, then you need to use it just when you're thinking. When you're walking around doing your daily life, you need to try to think in English so that you can remember those words. It's a simple problem of familiarity. If you're not familiar with the words because you don't use them very often, then you're going to forget them. So if you just make yourself more familiar with them by using them all the time in your mind, then you won't forget them. Okay? I wish that there were a better answer, but that's really what it comes down to, okay? And looks like Connie is a fellow etymology nerd. Thank you for that, Connie. Okay. Let's talk to Luna. Luna, do you want to come talk to me? She is so stubborn. Like her mom, I think. Where did she get that from? Okay, Luna, I'm going to try one more time. Luna, do you want to come talk to me? Okay, how about Saham? And then Isak, I'll try you. Isak, are you there? Let's try you.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Isak, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm okay, not bad.
But I think you don't look okay. Are you sick?
I think maybe a little bit. I've been fighting something for a few days. I feel very tired recently. I think maybe I just need a little break more than anything. Yeah, I'm okay. I think I just need to refocus on the things that I need to do. I've lost my sense of energy recently, that's all. So I don't feel very excited about teaching right now. So I still do my best, but I don't have a great energy right now. I think part of it is I'm just tired. Part of it is I'm burnt out. And part of it is I think I just need a break. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're still working. When you don't feel very good, it's moved.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like the last few days, I haven't done very much. I only did a couple of streams, and that's it. And people keep messaging me and saying, like, where are you? Why aren't you online? I just need a break sometimes, Sometimes I get a little frustrated or tired saying the same things over and over again. So I lose my energy for it a little bit, but I'll be okay.
Take care of yourself. Keep health, okay?
I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
Maybe if you win a lottery, will you continue teaching English?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if I won the lottery, I would teach more.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's the funny thing I think about rich people when they say things like, if nobody had the interest in earning money, then nobody would do anything. I think that's the dumbest argument I've ever heard in my life. Like, musicians don't make music because they're trying to make money. They make music because they make music. Artists don't make art because they're trying to make money. They make art because they want to make art. right? Teachers don't teach because they want to make money. Teachers teach because they want to teach. So business is the only thing where you can. That's why I'm not interested in business, because it's not a passion driven field. People who are in business because they want to make money. That's it. That's it. There's no real passion behind what they do. Yeah. So, but if I won the lottery, then yeah, I would just do more teaching, because I would think less about things like paying my bills or whatever. You know, I wouldn't have to worry about that at all. I would do more. Yeah.
That's good. But my big dream is don't go to work but have a lot of money. It's my dream.
Yeah, see, but that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, work is not work. Work is the word.
Chinese always working all the time.
The word business is a funny word, right? Because now when we think of the word business, we think making money, right? What's your business? We think about how to make money. But the word business means busyness. It means the things that you are busy doing, right? So now when we think of the word business, we think of making money. But I still think of the word business as, how do you spend your time? What do you spend your time being busy doing, right? And so for me, I like spending my time trying to help people. So that's my business. My business is trying to help people, you know? So it depends on how you define the word. If you're defining the business as making money, then that's what you focus on, is making money. But for me, my business is just helping people. I just wish I didn't have to think about money.
I should learn from you.
Nah, I don't know about that. No, it's probably better not. You need money in this world.
I really like your example. Steak on the stick. It's really a good example.
Yeah.
It helped me remember 2 words.
Right, yeah, and at least then you can see that that's why etymology is useful, because sometimes words are related, like they are spelled that way because they're related, you know? So, yeah. Hossein thought I was a hustling type of guy. Depends on how you define the word hustling. Hustle has 2 meanings. One means to work hard. One means to try to scam or scheme people out of money. I'm not a scammer or schemer, for sure. I am a hustler, but that's only because I don't do anything that I don't like. So if I do something, I like it. So I put in all my energy when I do it.
Okay. And Chinese, if you don't meet your friends a long time, and when you meet, you may say, 好久不见. And translate in English is long time no see. I want to know, in American, do they speak long time no see?
All the time. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Super common. Yeah.
Okay. They also say long time no see.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one we adopted from Chinese. So, yeah, we say long time no see, and it's very common. Very, very, very common. Yeah, and it's just directly translated from Chinese. Yeah, 好久不见. Yeah.
That's funny.
There's another one we say sometimes, not too often, but sometimes in English we'll say, let me have a look-see. Let me have a look-see. Look-see is weird because you have 2 verbs next to each other. But in Chinese, they say, 我要看看.
Yeah.
Yeah, 我要看看. Look. Let me have a look-see. So that's another one.
Give you some color to see.
Yeah.
You know that?
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
You know that?
I do know now. Yeah. Yeah.
给你点颜色看看. Okay.
So, yeah, but there are many, many Chinese words that we took, you know. What do you call chopsticks in Chinese?
Chopsticks.
Kuaizi.
Kuaizi.
Right, yeah, kuaizi. And kuai means fast.
Yes.
right? So chop in English, when we say chop chop, it means fast, fast.
Ah.
So
that's
chopsticks
fun.
also means quaizi, fast sticks, chopsticks.
Oh,
Yeah.
the first time that I know about that. How
Yeah.
about dumpling? Why Jiao's called dumpling?
That's a good question. I think that one has to do with German. Let me check.
That sounds very different.
Yeah, it does. So dumpling comes from the German word dump, which means a lump.
No.
Yeah. So the word noodle and the word dumpling both come from German.
Oh, the dumpling does look like a lump.
It looks like a lump. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's why dumplings looks like they're comes from the word lump, meaning to look like little lumps.
That's funny.
And the word noodle also comes from the German word nudeln.
Oh.
Yeah.
Language is always combined with
Yeah.
all over the world.
That's right. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know say what.
Well, you're asking good questions because you're talking about etymology stuff. So that means you're thinking on a higher level. That's better. Yeah.
Thank
You know,
you.
When you study something, you have to find the high level ways to study it because the basic level ways are too shallow. And because they're so shallow, they don't engage your brain very well. So you're not going to remember them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just talk with you to say take care of yourself. Keep health.
Thank you.
Keep health. That's most important thing.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I think maybe I just need to take a little break this week. I've kind of already been taking a break because I've just felt so lazy. But
Will you continue your live streaming on Friday or
Friday I will, yeah, because I think Clay will be back. My partner Clay will be back, I think, on Friday. So I'll have another stream on Friday, yeah. But I think I'm going to take, I'm not going to do too many voice rooms this week. I think I need a break from the voice rooms just a little bit. I have too many things I'm trying to do at once, and I think I just need to slow down and focus on a few things. Yeah.
you always have live stream on Monday, Friday, Wednesday?
Monday,
Have you
Wednesday,
asked-
Friday, yeah.
Have you asked for leave for once?
Have I, you mean taken a break?
Yes.
Yeah, I take breaks every once in a while, but not too often.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
try not to because people expect me to be here.
I know.
But yeah, like I said, sometimes I'm just not in the mood, you know? I still do the best I can, but I'm just not in the mood.
打工人呐。
Yeah, I need to recharge. I need to recharge. Yeah.
But I have a good news about myself.
What's that?
You know, I'm a teacher. In the plan, I will go to work on September 1st.
Okay.
Open class.
Mhm.
But my city is so hot. So the government delayed the date I have go to
Oh,
school.
okay. So they
So
postponed it
my holiday is
longer.
long.
Oh, that's great.
It's
Good for
really
you.
a good news for
Yeah,
me.
that's great. That's great. Good for
Okay.
you. Congratulations. Enjoy your time
Every-
off.
Everybody needs rest break.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You know, that was one thing I thought was really funny when I lived in Taiwan is when the kids would have like a day off, right? Like they would take a day off for school. But then later that month, everybody would have to come in to work on a Saturday. right? So there are no days off in Taiwan. Like if they have a day off on Monday, then they make you come in the next Saturday to work on Saturday. Yeah. And yeah.
I really
Yeah. That is not a day off, everybody. Like let me explain something. This is not a cultural difference. This is just you guys are that's not the way to do it. A day off means a day off. You don't add another day later because you took time off, but that's what they do. And yeah, we don't do that here. If we have a day off here, it's a day off. It means that's it. No
No.
work. There's no makeup day. Yeah.
It's same situation in China mainland.
Yeah.
Such as 中秋节 traditional
Right.
festival, we will have a holiday, 3 days, maybe
Right.
3 days, and this weekend we will be work more 1 day,
Right.
and the next weekend
You
we
have to
have
work-
3 days.
that's right.
Next weekend,
That's
we,
right.
we work
You have to work more.
6
Right.
days.
Right. I know. That's crazy. That's dishonest is what that is. They're not giving you any time off. They're just making you do it later, you know?
Everybody complain about that.
Yeah,
but
that's just
doesn't matter.
that's a tradition that needs to stop. That tradition needs to end. Somebody needs to say enough. I used to do that in my school. That's what I told them. I said, no. A day off is a day off. So if you need somebody to come in on Saturday, you better find somebody else because it's not going to be me. Yeah, that's what I would tell them.
It's weird. It's so weird. Just in China, I think.
Well, I don't know about other countries, but I know, yeah, definitely in China. Yeah, definitely in China. Yeah.
We call it 调休.
调休, okay. 调休, okay.
I hate 调休. I hate 调休.
Yeah, that's no
Every
good.
Chinese hate 调休.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
And if you're a teacher in China, you always have public class, open class, and your leader sit back in the classroom.
Oh yeah,
And your master pretend they
Yeah.
are not here.
that's also.
It's weird. I
yeah.
really don't like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's usually very useful either. Yeah, yeah, we don't do that either. You know, we don't send somebody in to watch the teacher. You know, teaching. That's not good. Like maybe if you're new, maybe they want to see if you're good or what you're doing. Okay, fine. If you're new, but if you're not new, no, you don't just come and see and sit and watch my class. If you want to know what I'm doing, no, that's not the way to do it. No, that
I really don't like.
yeah,
like that.
that's too stressful.
Public class. I hate public class. So in Taiwan, do you have public class?
Yeah, yeah. The boss would come in and watch what you're doing. Yeah, and tell you if what you're doing is right or wrong, or whether you could do something better. Yeah.
I know that. I know
Yeah.
that the leader always say, "Oh, you are great," but the important thing is "but" after "but."
Right, the butt part. Right, yeah. Yeah.
They always have "but."
And that's actually what I told my boss. I told my boss one time, actually, after she did this, she came in and she watched my class, and then she came in and told me a bunch of tips that she thought I should know. But she did it in front of all the students, and I had to tell her later. I said, no, this does not work. If you want me to be the teacher, then you have to give me the authority. If you come in and tell me, no, I think you need to do this and do this and do this, if all the kids see you telling me, then they know I'm not the authority, you are. So
Yes.
it's called undermining my authority. And I told her, I said, look, if you want to talk about how I can improve, that's fine. We have to do it in private, in your office, where nobody can see. And then it's not undermining my authority. And actually, I told her it would be better if she wants to just record a class, and then we can
Yeah.
talk about it later, you know, so record it. Don't come in and sit there and watch like, okay, I'm watching you now, you know, like that's weird. Like, no. Yeah.
Every time my leader say you should what I really want to say. You can you up.
Right? Yeah. You go ahead. Right? Yeah. Please, you do it. By all means, go ahead.
Yes.
Right. That's exactly what I
Yes.
feel like too. That's right. Yeah.
I never saw my leader have a class.
Right. Yeah. So, and you know, the truth is, it's always easy to criticize someone else. Criticizing what somebody else does, easiest thing in the world. It's so easy.
Yes.
But telling them what they did well and supporting them, that's not so easy. That's not so easy. So, yeah, anybody can sit in a room and say, "Well, you did pretty good, but I think you should do this and this and this and this and this." That anybody can do that.
don't like it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't like it.
I don't either. And yeah, that's what I told my boss eventually was just like, "Look, you hired me to be me. I'm going to do it the way I do it." You know, and I said, like, I'm open to listening to your suggestions, but just because you want me to do it that way doesn't mean I'm going to. You know,
Yes.
I would tell her, like, some of your suggestions are good and I like them and I will try to incorporate them. But some of your suggestions are just not me. And I'm not going to change my entire way of being because you want me to teach this other way. Yeah.
Yes.
So-
You're brave. But
Personality is
can't.
important in teaching. Yeah, I know it's hard when you're, especially in your position. It's hard. Yeah.
Yes, in China, you know, and I'm a teacher for government. 编制正式
Right.
正式的那种 so I can't against my
I know.
leader.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
I will be hard working next time.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah. Well, that's another thing that's a cultural difference is
yes.
you're not supposed to disagree with your elders and you're not supposed to disagree with your boss. But
Yes.
that means that nobody's really being honest about what needs to happen because nobody can openly say what they want. They're afraid to say what they think because they can't embarrass their boss, right? But that means that there are things that should be changed that won't be changed just because people are afraid to talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's big culture difference.
Yeah. 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 When we think something's wrong here, most of the time we will say something. You know, if I think that my job, you know, they're not doing something as well as they could, I'll probably say something. I'm not going to just stand there and let things happen in a way that's not as good as it could be. I'll suggest an improvement. And usually we reward that. If you have an idea that you think is better, of a way to do things better, we want you to tell us. We will reward you for trying to come forward and make things better. Yeah.
But in China, if young people say too much, everybody will
I
be
know.
thinking not
Yeah.
very humble.
Yeah, you're right. I know.
So
Yeah, right.
just a and
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, but that's not really working either because I know lots of people who are unhappy with that system. So,
yes.
yeah. Anyway. All right.
Maybe,
Go ahead.
maybe in the future, I become leader. It will be different.
Well, try to remember those words. Try to remember those words. If you do, then make sure you change the system and make sure you tell everybody, I want you to tell me what's wrong. You know, I want you to be open with me. Yeah. But it's hard.
now
It's hard
I'm
then
the
because you have to be,
Most in my school, 最底层
well, work your way up. Work your way up. It'll take you time, but you can get there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will.
All right. All right, Isak.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your concern. I appreciate it. I'm okay. I'm just a little tired, a little burnt out.
Okay.
I think I
Take
just
care
need
of
to.
yourself. Okay.
Yeah, I just need to slow down a little bit. Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right. Take care, Isak. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Well, Jason, like I said, I did live there for 4 years. I lived in Taiwan for 4 years, so I did get. I was there long enough to understand the cultural differences. Yeah. And and I had to learn many of them the hard way, by making mistakes. So listen, everybody, it's been about 2 hours, and it's about time for me to go. But before I do, you guys can follow me here. If you want to follow me, then go to my link tree right here. Go to that link, and you can find my YouTube channel and my podcast and my website and everything. Okay? All right. Thank you, Belen. Yeah, and I do need to talk to you and Gunter sometime soon about my trip and figuring out. So Gunter said I could stay with him for a few days. So I need to talk to some other people in Germany to see if anybody is willing to let me stay with them. And then I also need to find a place to stay. So hopefully somewhere near Gunter. Yeah, so I need to figure out my arrangements for where I'm going to stay when I'm in Germany. So, all right. That's it for me today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for participating. It's been about 2 hours. Time for me to take a break. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Belen. Yeah, I do appreciate that. I just have to figure out where I'm going to stay in Germany now. Okay, take care, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.